The kettle whistles in the kitchen, far too quiet. I set 2 plates and I remember I'm alone. The ghost of your laughter is a violent kind of riot, echoing off the walls of this hollow, empty home. I check my phone like I could find you in the screen, but the blue light only shows me what we used to be. I go from feeling numb to feeling everything at once, a landslide of a heart that hasn't beaten in months. And the clock doesn't care how much time it takes to learn the sound a spirit makes when it finally breaks. And it's every night sad, every night blue, trying to unlearn the version of me that was you. I'm reaching for a hand that isn't there anymore, tracing your shadow on the hardwood floor. They say time heals, but time is just a slow found your favorite book under the corner of the bed. The page is still folded where you left the story cold. Now I'm replaying every word that we never said, and all the promises that we were too young to hold. The moon is a witness to the tears I can't hide, just a hollow white stone while I'm dying inside. Is it a betrayal if I finally close my eyes? Will your face disappear if I stop the goodbyes? I'm scared to sleep because I'll find you in a dream, then wake up to a silence that's starting to scream. And it's every night sad, every night blue, trying to unlearn the version of me that was you. I'm reaching for a hand that isn't there anymore, tracing your shadow on the hardwood floor. They say time heals, but time is just a slow-moving knife. I'm every night sad for the rest of my life. Every night just the same, whispering to the dark your name. Good now, it's over, I guess it's over now. Every night sad. I try to drown the ghost of you in coffee and routine, but you're still lurking in the corners of every single scene. I scrub the scent of us off the pillow and the sheets, but I still see your taillights fading down these empty streets. The dam is breaking wide and the water's getting cold, trying to find the strength cold. My eyes are burning red like a warning on the coast. I'm becoming a shell, just a shadow of a ghost. I tell my heart to be quiet, I tell my mind to rest. There's an ocean of sorrow crashing in my chest, and the tears won't stop. They're falling like the rain, trying to wash away the salt and the sting of all this pain. I'm drowning on dry land, reaching for the top, but every time I think I'm done, the tears just won't stop. No, they won't stop. They just keep on falling. I saw your smile in a picture from a lifetime ago, back before we learned how much a heart could undergo. I tried to blink it back, tried to stare at the ceiling, but there's no medicine for this kind of hollow feeling. It's a leak in the roof that I can't seem to fix, just bitterness and salt in the misery mix. Maybe if I cry enough, I'll finally run dry. Maybe I can finally say a real goodbye. But the well is too deep and the darkness is too wide. There's nowhere for a broken soul like mine to hide, and the tears won't stop. They're falling like the rain, trying to wash away the salt and the sting of all this pain. I'm drowning on dry land, reaching for the top, but every time I think I'm done, the tears just won't stop. Oh, just keep falling. Heart by heart, the tears won't stop. I let the walls down, inch by careful inch. I told myself the old scars wouldn't even flinch. I buried the ghost of what we used to be, thinking I was finally ready to be me. But the air turned cold when you spoke that name, and I felt the familiar burn of the same old flame. It's like a song I know every word to by heart. I should have seen the ending before it could start. I'm standing on the edge of the same old cliff, feeling my spirit start to go still. I'm getting hurt again, and I don't know why. I keep buying the truth just to watch it die. I thought I was stronger, I thought I was wise, but I'm falling for the kindness in your lying eyes. Now I'm reeling in the dark, back at the start. Just another jagged piece of a broken heart. The silence in the room is starting to scream, like a cold hotel room in a bad, bad dream. I see the pattern, I finally see the light. I'm too good at goodbyes and losing the fight. I gave you the best part of me to hold, but you left it in the rain, shivering and cold. They say time heals, but it's just a slow-moving knife. How many times can you lose the love of your life? I'm tired of the recovery, tired of the mending. I just wanted a story with a different ending. God, I'm getting hurt again, and I don't know why. I keep buying the truth just to watch it die. I thought I was stronger, I thought I was wise, but I'm falling for the kindness in your lying eyes. Now I'm reeling in the dark, back at the start. Just another jagged piece of a broken heart. Hurt again, it's all I know. Just a slow walk home in the shadows and snow. Yeah, I'm hurt again, hurt again. The coffee's getting cold on the kitchen sill. The clock on the wall is standing perfectly still. I keep waiting for the door to swing open wide, but it's just the wind playing tricks on my mind inside. I try to stand tall, try to keep up the show, but my knees hit the floor everywhere that I go. They tell me I'm brave, they say I'll get through, but they don't know the weight of a life without you. I'm a bird with broken wings, grounded in the grave, just trying to survive the ghost of another day. I am not strong, I'm just good at pretending. I'm a torn book of dreams with a bitter ending. I'm a crumbling castle, a ship lost at sea, wishing you'd come back and find what's left of me. The world keeps I held it all together while you packed your bags, watching the life we built turn into tattered rags. I gave a brave smile, said I'd be fine, tracing the exit signs and drawing the line. But the moment your taillights faded to black, the weight of the world fell onto my back, and I cried after you left like a dam finally breaking. Every nerve in my body was shivering and shaking. I screamed at the walls until my throat turned to glass, watching the ghost of our future just pass. The strength I was faking died with your breath. Yeah, I cried after you left. The floor felt like ice as I sank to my knees, begging the silence for just one stay, please. Your scent on the pillow is a violent sting. I'm mourning the promises and the wedding ring. I was a soldier until the war reached its end. Now I'm just a broken heart trying to mend. It wasn't a trick, it wasn't a tear, it was decades of lonely and centuries of fear. I let it all out in the hollow of night, losing the will to put up a fight. And I cried after you left like a dam finally breaking. Every nerve in my body was shivering and shaking. I screamed at the walls until my throat turned to glass, watching the ghost of our future just pass. The strength I was faking died with your breath. Yeah, I cried after you left. The salt on my cheeks, the ache in my chest. I thought I was ready, but I failed the test. I cried after you left.
Do you want to add a cello or violin melody to underscore the sadness? Or should we keep it as a raw vocal performance?
I held it all together while you packed your bags, watching the life we built turn into tattered rags. I gave a brave smile, I said I'd be fine, tracing the exit signs and drawing the line. But the moment your taillights faded to black, the weight of the world fell just one stay, please. Your scent on the pillow is a violent sting. I'm mourning the promises and the wedding ring. I was a soldier until the war reached its end. Now I'm just a broken heart trying to mend. It wasn't a trickle, it wasn't a tear. It was decades of lonely and centuries of fear. I let it all out in the hollow of the night, losing the will to put up a fight. And I cried after you left, like a dam finally breaking. Every nerve in my body was shivering and shaking. I screamed at the walls until my throat turned to glass, watching the ghost of our future just pass. The strength I was thinking, yeah, it died with your breath. Yeah, I cried after you left. The salt on my cheeks, the ache in my chest. I thought I was ready, but I failed the test. I cried after you left. Do you want to add a cello, a violin melody to help restore the sadness? Or should we keep it as a raw vocal performance? I kept my secrets in the crease of your palm, a silent anchor in the middle of the storm. I didn't need a stage or a crowded room, just the softest light in a quiet afternoon. I watched you breathe while the world rushed by, writing your name on the back of my mind. I loved you quietly, without a sound, built a kingdom on hollow ground. I didn't shout it from the roof or the street, but I felt every pulse and every heartbeat. Now the silence is screaming, now the air is too thin, 'cause I'm losing but your feet. The hidden melody that made you complete. But you never heard the words I didn't say, and now you're drifting a million miles away. Is it a tragedy if the world didn't see? Is it real if it only lived inside of me? I whispered you're forever into my own chest, and now I'm putting the ghost of us to rest. I loved you quietly, without a sound, built a kingdom on hollow ground. I didn't shout it from the roof or the street, but I felt every pulse and every heartbeat. Now the silence is screaming, now the air is too thin, 'cause I'm losing the battle I fought deep within. Yeah, I loved you quietly, and now I'm breaking out loud. Shh. Just listen to the sound of me letting go. No headlines, no fireworks, just a heart breaking in the dark. I loved you quietly. Do you want this to be a stripped back piano track or more of a lo-fi, low high vibe for the production? I passed that diner on 5th and May, the one where we hid from the summer rain. I saw a couple in our favorite booth, and it felt like a fist hitting the truth. The sugar shaker's still sticky and cracked, but there's no way to bring the magic back. It's the heavy silence when the TV's off, the way I still listen for your morning cough. I'm a haunted house with the lights left on, chasing a shadow that's already gone. I remember us in tangled color gold, before the winter came and the world turned cold. I remember the whispers in the dark, the way you left a permanent mark. Now I'm just staring at a blank screen, wondering what the hell forever was supposed to mean. Your old blue hoodie is still on the hook. I can't bring myself to even look. It smells like you and that cheap sandalwood, like staying together was something we could. But we're just faded ink on a folded page, two angry actors on a lonely stage. A memory is a liar, it only shows the light, it hides the screaming and the sleepless nights. But I'd give it all back just to be in that rain, happy close to me. Sunlight is cutting through the blinds like a knife, waking me back to this half-empty life. For a second I'm dreaming I'm holding your hand, in a world where we still have the things that we planned. But the cold on your pillow is a brutal machine, reminding my heart of the space in between. And it's tears upon waking up every single day, watching the dream of us just wither away before I can breathe, before I can speak. The salt starts its journey right down my cheek. I hate that the morning is when I lose you the most. From a lover in shadows to a merciless ghost, I try to stay under, I try to stay numb, hiding away from the pain yet to come. But the clock on the wall is a steady heartbeat, echoing down every empty street. I reach for the phone just to check for a sign, but the silence is the only thing left that is mine. Why does the dawn feel like an ending? Why am I tired of all this pretending? The night gives me mercy, the night lets me lie, but the morning demands that I look at goodbye. And it's tears upon waking up every single day, watching the dream of us just wither away before I can breathe, before I can speak. The salt starts its journey right down my cheek. I hate that the morning is when I lose you the most. From a lover in shadows to a merciless ghost. Good morning, heartache. I see you're still here. The first light is falling, but I can't see to add a vocal harmony part for the chorus, to make the waking up realization feel more haunting. I thought I knew the weight of being alone, the echo of a house that isn't a home. I survived the solitude before you came, before my heartbeat learned the rhythm of your name. But you opened the windows and let in the light. Now the darkness is heavier in the middle of the night. I'm lonelier than before, 'cause I know what I'm missing. The ghost of your lips and the way you were listening. I used to be fine in the quiet and cold, but now there's a vacancy where you used to hold. You gave me a taste of a life that was more and left me feeling lonelier than before. The silence didn't used to have such a sharp edge. I wasn't always standing on this emotional edge. I see a side of the sofa, the dent in the rug, like a phantom limb waiting for a hug. It's a cruel kind of magic, a trick of the mind, to leave so much emptiness trailing behind. You can't miss the colors if you've only seen gray, but you painted my world and you took it away. Now the gray is a storm that won't ever cease, and I'm begging the shadows for a moment of peace. I'm lonelier than before, 'cause I know what I'm missing. The ghost of your lips and the way you were listening. I used to be fine in the quiet and cold, but now there's a vacancy where you used to hold. You gave me a taste of a life that was more and left me feeling lonelier than before. Just a hollowed out heart in a room full of used to be. It's a different kind of lonely now. Yeah, I'm lonelier than before. Let the heavy drum swell, keeping minutes to emphasize the feeling of isolation. The coffee's cold on your side of the bed, and I'm still repeating the last things we said. The empty space where your shoes used to be is a ghost in this house haunting me. I didn't hear the door click, I didn't see the light fade, just a slow motion crash of the life that we made. Now I'm staring at a wall that's covered in weed, while I try to remember how to just be me. You took the forever and left me the white, with a broken heart screaming under a quiet sky. We had a million hellos, but I'm picture. It's a bittersweet sting, a familiar hurt. I check my phone just to see your name, but the silence is heavy and I'm the one to blame. I'm tracing the shadows where we used to dance, begging the universe for one second chance. How do I close a book when the last page is torn? How do I face the sun when I'm still in the storm? You left me mid-sentence, a story unfinished, a flicker of light that's completely diminished. Now I'm staring at a wall that's covering we had. Try to remember how to just be me. You took the forever and left me the one with the shattered soul screaming under a quiet sky. We had a million hellos, but I'm biased. 'Cause you walked out the door with no goodbyes, no closure, no final glance, just the sound of the rain and a heart that's still waiting for a goodbye. No goodbye.
Would you like me to suggest a musical arrangement? Or perhaps that you draft a melody for these lyrics?